This is your news source evening bulletin for today, Thursday, the 25th day of November in the year 2021. I'm Gordon Mosley. Here's what we're tracking tonight. The government of Guyana has indicated that it is in support of an analysis being done to determine the cause of a significant decline in catches being experienced by local fishermen. Stakeholders in the local fishing industry met on Wednesday with the Agriculture Minister Zulfikar Mustafa. During the meeting, the fishermen and other stakeholders raised worry about the current state of the fishing industry. Minister Mustafa said the government prefers to have an analysis done to determine its cause. Minister Mustafa said the government prefers to have an analysis done to determine its response rather than to act on assumptions.
We never had an analysis of what causing this low catches. Right? Because you got people fishing in different parts of the country. It's the same issue they're getting. Some people fishing outside of Guyana water, they're getting the same issue. So we have to, first of all, address the concern. What is causing the low catches in our country, or around our country, or in the waters that we fish? So before we do that, we have to do a proper analysis. We have to see what is the reason and what is causing these things. Because not only you got, sometimes the seabarb industry, people are complaining that they are getting low catches and things like that. So what I have done since I have met with you, I have been working to ensure that we come up with some strategy to see how we can address the issue.
The Minister of Agriculture announced that the government has started to engage the Environmental Protection Agency and the UN Food and Agriculture Organization to assist with the analysis to determine the reason behind the low catches. He told the fisherfolk also that a collective effort between the government and players in the fisheries sector is needed to address the issue of low catches in Guyana. Some of the fishermen believe that the low catch problems that they are facing has to do with the increased activity out at sea in the oil sector. The ExxonMobil company has said it cannot be blamed for the issue in the absence of any comprehensive study on what is taking place being done. More news coming up in just a moment.
I'm feeling it! You know it? That Christmassy feeling? Friend, I'm ready for everything. All the decorations and lights. Bring on all the Christmas goodness. And I heard GTT is giving away millions in cash and prizes for the season. It just doesn't get any better. Multiple draws, multiple chances to win, live radio giveaways of cash, grocery vouchers, phone credit, and more. Free data, free calls, and free accessories with the purchase of every handset. Sign up, top up, pay any GTT bill or purchase a handset to get a chance to celebrate with GTT and MMG. Together we celebrate, together we win. GTT, together we rise.
The light on your face, no mask will hide.
Feel the joy burn deep inside.
Let's have a great Christmas this year.
You, me, and Republic Bank, my dear.
Whatever you need, light up your Christmas with Republic Bank and get a chance to win $825,000 in cash prizes. Plus, get a chance to give a family a Christmas hamper in your name. Log on to republicguyana.com for more details. Let's light up Christmas.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
We've got exciting news! All 12-ounce yellow cab Buster are now only $100. Buster, live in
Come
full
get
color.
your Buster, Buster $100. Come get your Buster, Buster $100.
Mobile Delvac and all other mobile lubricants are distributed by Salt Guyana Inc. Mobile Delvac and all other mobile lubricants are distributed by Salt Guyana Inc.
Let GBTI make your dreams of owning a home a reality. Buy or build your home with us. Let us help you to completely outfit your home and make it move-in ready. Need to purchase land? We finance that too. Benefit from our 10% down payment and interest rates as low as 4.25%. Calculated on the reducing balance with up to 30 years to repay. Switch your mortgage to us and learn about benefiting from the equity in your home. Invest wisely. Apply online or call your branch to schedule an appointment. GBTI, we see Guyana through your eyes.
One day after being awarded a $614 million contract for the construction of the new Guyana Fire Service headquarters, Mohammed's enterprise has found itself pushing back against questions of its competence in the construction sector. Mohammed's enterprise has been involved in the gold mining sector for decades. Questions were raised on social media yesterday about the company's experience in the construction sector after it was announced that it had won the contract for the construction of the new fire service headquarters. In a statement today, Mohammed's enterprise rejected the questions about its experience and competence in the construction industry. The company pointed out that it has been involved in construction for 30 years, and its projects include the construction of its own main office on Lombard Street, the Old Boys Town Masjid, and 2 state-of-the-art buildings for the ISA Islamic School, as well as countless homes for Guyanese. Mohammed's enterprise also stated that it has constructed 4 of the major laydown yards currently in use by many of the oil and gas companies and Tier 1 contractors, adding that its exceptional work remains unmatched. It was also explained by the company that it has used its resources, its labor, skilled and competent Guyanese engineers, contractors and workers to respond to the demand for quality work and has no apologies for that. The company said it is unfortunate that the quality of its work is now being questioned when it has also constructed homes within the time frame for the Ministry of Housing's Elevated Homes project. The company assured that it will not waste or misuse taxpayers' hard-earned money, and it is for that reason that it has ensured that all projects are approached with the necessary due diligence and under the necessary rule of law. The government of Guyana has been coming under some criticism over the handing out of multi-million-dollar contracts in the past months to many of its close affiliates. The Federation of Independent Trade Unions of Guyana has renewed its call for the private sector minimum wage to be increased and for private sector employers to follow the government's footsteps and give their workers a salary increase. The Federation registered its disappointment over the fact that with the recent increase approved by the government, the disparity between the two wages has widened to $30,700 per month, explaining that private sector employees at the national minimum wage level must now work some 2 months before they earn what their counterparts earn in the public sector. Shortly after assuming office last year, the Labour Minister Joe Hamilton had committed to signing the order to raise the private sector minimum wage, which remains at $44,200 since it was last increased in 2017. Although there was said to be an agreement on the issue between the government, the private sector, and Labour stakeholders, the private sector has since voiced concerns about the move, particularly in light of the effects of COVID-19. FITAG also noted the global effects of the pandemic and said workers must be compensated for working throughout the pandemic to make their businesses successful for the employees. The government recently announced a 7% across-the-board retroactive salary increase for public servants. And while FITAG says it has concerns with that increase, it also wants the private sector employers to offer no less than 7% to their employees. Guyanese law student at the University of the West Indies in Barbados, Roletta Barrow, has been selected as a 2022 Commonwealth Caribbean Rhodes Scholar. The announcement was made in Barbados yesterday by the island's Governor-General, Dame Sandra Mason. The announcement followed a full day of interviews of candidates from across the Caribbean. The Guyanese law student was chosen from among 12 candidates who were interviewed virtually by the selection committee. The other interviewees vying for the prestigious scholarship came from Barbados, the Bahamas, Trinidad and Tobago, Grenada, St. Vincent, and St. Kitts. The Governor-General of Barbados described the interview process as exciting yet compelling, which showed that the Caribbean is crammed with able, erudite, articulate, engaging, brilliant, and passionate young people who are committed to regional development, she said. She also said that based on what she has seen in her capacity as chairman of the selection committee for the past 4 years, the region was in good hands, provided that the region seeks to maintain and retain the brain power and capabilities of its youth. Ms. Barrow, who was a Queen's College graduate, is currently enrolled in the Bachelor of Laws program at the University of the West Indies Cave Hill campus. Come next October, she will be heading to the University of Oxford to pursue a Bachelor in Civil Law. The 20-year-old told the Barbados Government Information Service that she felt honored and blessed to have been awarded the prestigious scholarship, as it was truly a dream come true for her.
one of the criteria for the scholarship, apart from, academic excellence, is being able to, show that you care for others and you care about, making a positive impact on your community. So I think that, my vision is really with respect to marrying my passion for law and my passion for youth advocacy, which is where I want to try to craft legislative and policy frameworks that will help to empower young people as they navigate, that transition to adulthood, as they navigate the education system, to help to empower them through helping to achieve educational equality and equality of opportunities.
The Rhodes Scholarship is the world's preeminent and oldest graduate fellowship based at the University of Oxford since 1903. The scholarships for Caribbean began in 1953. Turning now to the airline industry, faced with additional security measures and checks, regional carrier Caribbean Airlines has announced that passengers boarding its flights should ensure they are checked in 4 hours before the scheduled departure of the flight. In a notice on its social media pages, the airline explained that the decision to have passengers check in for their flights much earlier is to ensure there is enough time to get through the required safety protocols and security and other processes before departure. Additionally, in countries where there is a curfew still in existence, the airline is encouraging passengers to have the necessary documentation available once they have to get to the airport during the curfew hours. Caribbean Airlines has been slowly returning to most of its destinations after it was forced to suspend several regular services because of the COVID-19 pandemic. The regional carrier is now back to operating almost daily flights between Guyana and the United States and Trinidad and Tobago and Barbados. Airlines have found themselves putting additional safety measures in place to safeguard their crew and passengers against COVID-19. A 54-year-old man from Enterprise on the east coast of Demerara lost his life tragically this morning as a fire swept through his brother's home. An alarm was raised about the fire just before 4 o'clock this morning at the Market Street Enterprise home of Suraj Gulchand. The brother who died was identified as Swavash Gulchand. The fire service said it responded promptly after receiving information about the blaze, but by the time firemen got to the scene, the flat wooden house had already been burnt to the ground with all of its contents. An investigation into the cause of the fire has been launched. Meanwhile, the fire service is encouraging citizens to ensure that they have smoke detectors and fire extinguishers in their homes. After spending more than 5 years behind bars on remand from the age of 19 for the murder of a fellow villager, a Yarakita youth admitted in court today to stabbing another 19-year-old man to death while he was under the influence of alcohol. Murder accused Ryan Albert appeared before Justice Joanne Barlow this morning, and he also admitted to assaulting another man on the same day of the murder. Albert was charged 5 years ago for unlawfully killing 19-year-old Dalton Emmanuel by stabbing him with a pair of scissors. The two youths were reportedly involved in an argument that led to a confrontation the day after the argument when, as Albert admitted, he was under the influence of alcohol. The murdered youth, Dalton Emmanuel, was attacked and stabbed multiple times about the body. With today's guilty plea by the accused, the trial judge has set the 9th of December for sentencing. A probation report is to be provided to the court before the sentence is handed down. While some drama unfolded at the Wales Magistrates Court this midday when a Colombian national who was facing an assault charge jumped over the prisoner's deck and attacked his accuser, choking her until being pulled away by a policeman. He was in handcuffs at the time. The entire incident occurred in front of the magistrate, who was about to hear the original assault matter that the man was facing. The accuser who was attacked in court by the man is a Venezuelan woman. A police report of the incident stated that after the accused, Alberto Jose, was restrained by the constable, he was taken away to the court's lockups. He is now expected to face an additional assault charge and remains in custody. Mobile Special and all other mobile lubricants are distributed by Sol Guyana Inc. Mobile Special and all other mobile lubricants are distributed by Sol Guyana Inc.
It's one of your biggest goals, getting your own home, where memories are made, where happiness lives. You may feel that home ownership or renovation is beyond your reach, But we at Republic want you to know that there's always a way. Ask us about our suite of mortgages. Let's help make your housing wishes come true. Or advise on how the equity in your existing home can finance other dreams and goals. Call or go online to learn more.
We've got exciting news! All 12-ounce yellow cab Buster are now only $100. Buster, live in
Come
full
get
color.
your Buster, Buster $100. Come get your Buster, Buster $100.
We are legions of men standing strong, but never too proud to stoop and help someone. We must send a clear signal to all. Do right. Walk in upright ways, knowing that's what being a man is all about. And ever aware that things will only get worse when good men do nothing. Stand strong. Be the one to live right.
I'm feeling it! You know it? That Christmassy feeling? Friend, I'm ready for everything! All the decorations and lights. Bring on all the Christmas goodness! And I heard GTT is giving away millions in cash and prizes for the season. It just doesn't get any better. Multiple draws, multiple chances to win, live radio giveaways of cash, grocery vouchers, phone credit, and more. Free data, free calls, and free accessories with the purchase of every handset. Sign up, top up, pay any GTT bill or purchase a handset to get a chance to celebrate with GTT and MMG. Together we celebrate, together we win. GTT, together we rise.
Fuel it up and drive, super 95. Tune up, fuel it up and drive, super 95. Tune up. Protect your fuel system, boy. High mileage and performance, boy.
Guy Oil Super 95 gasoline gives you more reasons to drive and is available at 56 service stations nationwide. For affordable price, high performance, and high mileage, choose Guy Oil's Super 95 gasoline.
Fuel it up and drive.
Across the region tonight, as the COVID-19 Delta variant rips through Trinidad and Tobago, the country has crossed the grim milestone of 2,000 COVID-19 deaths since March of last year. 11 deaths in the last 24-hour reporting period pushed the nation's death toll to 2,009 yesterday. To date, COVID-19 has now taken the lives of 1 in 700 people in Trinidad and Tobago, with 1 in every 34 cases succumbing to the disease. COVID-19 infections in Trinidad have also ramped up in the last week, breaking pandemic-to-date daily infection records. On the 17th of November, Trinidad and Tobago confirmed 781 cases of COVID-19, the highest for the pandemic to date. On Tuesday and Wednesday this week, the country confirmed an additional 682 and 689 cases in those 2 days, taking the spots for the third and fourth highest daily reported cases to date. Trinidad and Tobago is now approaching 68,000 cases, with 1 in every 20 people across the nation having a positive test result since March of last year. Protesters looted shops and set up burning barricades overnight on France's Caribbean island of Martinique. France Info reported today as demonstrations against COVID-19 protocols intensified. France Info published a video of protesters targeting a shopping center and running away with goods, as well as videos of demonstrators setting up burning barricades on the roads. France's Caribbean islands of Martinique and Guadeloupe have been hit by unrest over the last week due to anger over COVID-19 protocol measures, such as moves to ramp up COVID vaccination on the islands. Compulsory vaccination has touched a nerve in a population that is descended from slaves who worked in French sugar plantations. During the 20th century, many people in Guadeloupe were also systematically exposed to toxic pesticides used in banana plantations. The Caribbean island has been hit in recent weeks by a new wave of coronavirus infections that is causing lockdowns and flight cancellations and overwhelming hospitals, just as tourism was beginning to show signs of a recovery. And finally tonight, international news. The United Kingdom and France have held positive talks on tackling trafficking following the deaths of 27 people in the Channel, a government source has told the BBC. British officials are traveling to France later today to meet their equivalents and talk about how they can better work together. British Home Secretary Priti Patel will meet her French counterpart on Sunday. On Thursday, more people made the journey despite Wednesday's deaths. The 27 deaths marked the biggest loss of life by drowning in the English Channel on record and included 17 men, 7 women, one of whom was pregnant, and 3 children. France's Interior Minister Gerald Darmanin said regional prosecutors had launched an investigation into aggravated manslaughter. He said 2 survivors were in a critical condition in a French hospital, where they are being treated for severe hypothermia. One is Iraqi and the other Somali. Since the start of this year, 1,552 smugglers have been arrested in northern France and 44 smuggler networks dismantled. Despite this, one official said 47,000 attempted channel crossings to the UK took place this year, and 7,800 people were rescued. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Gordon Mosley, reporting and encouraging you to stay safe.